that hissing noise anymore.
Was it making a noise before, or was it
I don't
the fan?
know. Lightning.
Someone's already sent us a message.
Hello from North Carolina, USA. Hello, Lightning. And can you hear us? And is the sound okay? We can't use our external mic because my computer came back from the Mac store, but the external mic port's not working.
Yeah.
The screen's fixed.
Screen's fixed. Other things are fixed. We're still struggling with technology, as we always are.
Yeah.
Maybe. I don't
know. I'm just reluctant to send it back to get repaired because I only just got it back and I want to do some editing with it. So.
Yeah. David Smith. So
hey, David.
If you're out there, let us know if you can hear us and if everything's coming through tickety-boo. At the moment, we're using the technology of a phone up the mast to connect it to the internet.
Yep.
And a computer that's just come back from the shop.
Yep. So the computer's repaired, but we have an issue with the mic. So we're using the computer mic, but I think the actual port for the mic might be a bit faulty.
Oh look, Dave's followed us from the Icy Wastes.
Good day,
so
Dave.
That's good.
The Icy Wastes for airlines. Hello, Michigan, Texas.
Yep, we are here just like last year to wish you a Merry Christmas.
Merry Christmas.
And we're coming to you from an undisclosed location that we can see our families. So obviously that you know that we're coming to you from the boat.
Yep.
So the Adventures of Cheryl and Paul, we gave you guys a little bit of a shout. I guess.
Oh, so that is the channel.
Yeah.
The Adventures of Cheryl and Paul is a channel over based in New South Wales.
Yeah.
And
if you want to see someone going for the trials and tribulations of taking on projects bigger than ours,
yep,
go and see the Adventures of Cheryl and Paul. Diane Swift, she's with us. She's been very supportive. In fact, all of you guys that I can see now have been very supportive.
So yeah. It's really great to see you all. We just thought we'd roll out this one to wish you all Merry Christmas. We didn't know if we'd be able to do it, so we didn't put a notification up. But it's great to see you all here. There's already 75 of you joining us, so it's fantastic.
This is like a YouTube version of Secret Santa.
Yeah.
So we've got people from Europe joining. So we're doing are we doing another live chat for just everyone at the later time as well?
Or no. We'll just do this one.
Just pop this one out and send it out.
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah.
So if you didn't catch this one, you're catching it later, aren't you? So we'll publish this one.
So yeah, if you couldn't join us, you can join in for a little bit.
Yep. We are hoping, we've already seen some small children and everything else like that, so we're in a good mood.
Yep.
We've seen parts of our family, and we are hoping, it's an unusual time, but we're hoping that all of our regular subscribers and everyone that watches us and has joined us on the journey is looking forward to a Merry Christmas. Hopefully you can reach out to the people you care about, be with them. That would be so good.
Yeah.
We're having our first Christmas with our families, not our entire families, like the little bros.
So my little brothers they're based in the eastern states, and our premier, who's basically like a governor, he's closed the borders.
They've been banished.
Yeah, so no one from the eastern states can come home to see their families for Christmas, which is pretty awful. So they're going to Hawaii instead.
If you're Australian, you can go to Hawaii, but you can't come to WA.
Yeah.
What'd you say? A premier is like a governor?
Well, yeah, it's like a governor in the States.
Oh, yeah.
If you're wondering what a premier is.
Isn't a governor a little bit like a warden as well in certain? Oh, no, but watching too many movies.
Well, that's what they call their premiers, isn't it, in the States? Governors?
Yeah, I think so.
Yeah.
Hey, they're from Tassie. We've been talking Tassie. So.
Hello, Richard. Oh, wow. And welcome to some of our patrons that have joined us in the public chat. That's really cool.
Yeah.
I know it's a busy time of the year, so spending a couple of hours with us is nice.
If you've joined us on a chat before, you know that the little side thing that we read from all of you sort of goes, and we don't mean to miss out on anyone, and we don't want to favour anyone in particular. It's just what catches our eye. It can be a little bit tricky for us to keep up, but we value you all
Just like Michigan, Kentucky, Ontario, North Carolina.
Yeah.
It's so great. Yeah, we're really excited to go public at this time because it is afternoon, evening in the States. So
well, there was Denmark,
nice
the UK.
I know the people that are up in Europe.
Asia.
That's amazing.
What time is it there at the moment?
Like
it's
2 a.m.
It's +8 here, isn't it?
2 a.m.
Oh, yeah. Wow. Okay.
Yeah.
You party animals?
Yeah, 2:16 a.m. in the UK.
Yeah.
From David. Sailing Sunbird. Hot one for Perth. Yes, it's going to be very, very hot. I think it's 41 forecast for Christmas. So I think I'm going to be starting the day with a swim in the ocean.
I'm pretty happy about it all. We actually had quite
cold year.
You wouldn't think so for Western Australia, but it was pretty cold. It was colder than what we expected. It was a bit of an ongoing winter for much of the year. There was places up north that haven't seen as much rain in years. Like it was quite wet
green.
And cold. It made for some pretty spectacular stuff out there. So, but yeah, I'm looking forward to a little bit of heat to remind me that I'm an Australian.
Yeah. That's our standard Christmas. Is really, really hot. So
yeah.
You normally start the morning outside, and then by the middle of the day, you're inside in the air conditioning. It's just too hostile outside.
We had a nice, comfortable Christmas when we were in Tasmania.
Oh, and we had a nice, comfortable Christmas in New South Wales when we were in Eden.
Tassie's a lovely spot for Christmas. Hopefully, anyone there in Tassie, it stops snowing on you now.
Yeah.
Now it's December. Nevada. So.
Words and wood.
Yeah. Jeff Slavin, he's changed his name. He's prepper mindset now.
Oh, is he?
About time you put a shirt on. No, Pasky's wearing a dress. Yeah, and if you can see, it's like little ships in a bottle.
It's really cool. I don't know how good the image quality is.
We've been enjoying some quality op shopping lately, and I found this.
That
had to have it.
Op shop.
There was another one.
It's really soft cotton.
Yeah. There was another one that had loads of fish on it and everything, but it was 3XL. And I just can't carry that off yet.
No.
I'm going to have to grow up to be a big boy before I can do that.
Hello to everyone. I can't go through all your names, I'm afraid.
Scroll. Is anyone asking us any questions?
Oh.
Hey, there's Kiwis there, bro.
And my bro.
Oh, look at that. How about that? So,
joining us from down south.
If you're in the Hauraki Gulf, are you watching the cruising Kiwis? Hopefully you enjoy them. They're our good mates.
Yes.
We've spent a bit of time this year with the cruising Kiwis.
They will reappear in future episodes.
The chaotic Kiwis. Love those guys.
And having mentioned that, had computer issues, so that's why we sort of stopped putting up episodes at the start of the month. It was mid-December. And I guess we'll bring new episodes. Patrons will get it sooner, obviously, because we always like to hear from them first and respond to them. And then I think, you guys will get videos again in January. It's just been really, really busy, and it's been really important for us to spend this time with family instead of being in front of the computer. And you know what it's like at Christmas time. You're just running around trying to get things done. And also we're trying to help out our family members that are a bit under the pump at this time of the year. So so it's sort of been... we just kind of put the videos on hold for now. If you're feeling like deprived, you can just go back and watch them again or check out the Kimberley series again. See how filmmaking skills have improved. And there's heaps there. There's nearly 200. There's definitely 200 videos. I think there's 190 episodes. So
it's so much.
There's a lot there.
It has been. Technically, it's been a little bit of a challenging year because there's quite a few areas in WA where we like to go where internet's not possible. You'll get a little bit of coverage, but it's not really enough to throw up a couple of gig worth of video for you guys. And then the computer
died.
The computer had a little bit of a crunch. So, but don't worry, more videos are coming. But we thought, we just like wishing everyone a Merry Christmas.
Oh yeah, we wanted to check in, let you know that we're fine and that that they're coming. But
we're not real sailors. Neither of us have tattoos.
No.
I got a pretty great birthmark. I settled down for that, So the old-timey sailors, they used to get tattoos as their resume, I think tattoos are fairly...
Yeah.
I don't know if they have the same... They don't have any meaning now. Most people don't really... if you have a swallow on your
Yeah, they make sense. They made sense back then for sure.
Yeah, you cross the equator, you get a little swallow there, whatever. Fouled anchor. I binge watch your whole catalogue. Yeah, there's been a few people done that.
Yeah.
And it's getting up there.
Yeah.
It's a body of work now. We're kind of proud of it.
Yeah, it's really nice. It's nice to see that the old videos are getting views. Yeah, they go up they go up a few thousand views every few months, which is really nice. Real
sailors have boats, tattoos are optional. Yeah, that's probably a good point. You know what? Like we have the benefit of meeting a lot of you people, like personally, and we get the benefit of this sort of stuff. You know, your well wishes and support and everything like that. But the free range sailing's been really great because now that we've come back, the small children in our lives are really aware of who we are and are excited to see us and stuff like that. And so we're having a great Christmas because we've got all these little grommets running around and they're happy to see their Uncle Troy and Auntie Pasky.
Yeah.
You know, so
they're really cute. I think we're going to be spending a lot of time in the pool with them over the Christmas period.
Kim, thank you very much.
Thank you, Kim. Kim has a passion for pork crackle like us.
Oh,
so we got some money for the pork crackle fund. We actually went through
a couple of kilos
of
pork
crackling this trip.
And that doesn't factor in the biltong either.
No, there was also biltong too.
Yeah.
So yeah, thank you very much, Kim. And Merry Christmas to you. Oh, I think you said Feliz Navidad because you're in New Mexico.
Yeah, so. That's right. Yeah, so yeah, we've been enjoying the excitement of little kids in our family. So if anyone out there is having a Christmas with little kids involved, we know how exciting it is. We don't really buy presents for adults, why would you? But yeah, it's been sort of fun buying little knickknacks.
Things.
Yeah, we like making stuff.
Yeah, we're trying not to have a big, what is it, like a consumer Christmas, like too much stuff. But yeah,
unless it's edible and
drinkable.
Edible
Stuff's good.
I got a bottle of whiskey there. So
there was someone that said, Bill said, when's your next haul out? We might haul out next year, early next year, just to do the anti-foul and a few other bits and pieces. But
yeah, the anti-foul will probably need to be done up in the warmer waters. A little bit grew on there. We were pretty happy with the anti-foul. Did a really good job. I've only had to give it a rub a couple of times, but probably be good to
put some more on.
Just slap a bum again.
I think it'll be 15 months. So,
have you guys ever celebrated Christmas in cold weather? Not cold, not the cold that you guys describe as cold. Like, there's a lot of people that watch us that are just like, yeah, I have a white Christmas at minus.
I've had Christmas in the UK.
100. Oh.
Yeah.
Oh, we haven't together though.
No, not together.
I think Tassie was our coldest Christmas, right?
Yeah, it was like 20 degrees.
Yeah, it was nice.
I don't know what that is in Fahrenheit.
Yeah.
Lots of people asking us about leaving Australia. At the moment, we're not really at the level of funding, I suppose, and Patreon to make that commitment. And also, everything's a little bit up in the air at the moment with traveling overseas.
There's nothing enticing us overseas at the moment. Things are just, I don't know. There's craziness where in any direction you want to look, basically. So we've had the craze for Christmas.
This is all right. We had the craze, but my dad and my uncle are pulling pots.
Hopefully David's getting
today,
good.
So we'll see.
People that are asking about our rigging, the rigging's great. I can't see a little fluffy hair. It's been really good. I've tensioned it as we've been going along, but I'm very happy with Dyneema rigging. I think it's a really, really great thing.
Yes, and we're planning on making a video covering everything about our Dyneema rig now that we've worn it in, tightened it in the future.
Yeah,
it's a few months away because, as you know, we're a little bit behind.
Yeah,
but we will be covering that.
Yeah,
if that's something you're interested in, so let us know what in particular.
Yeah,
Dyneema.
About that. In general, if you're wondering, our entire refit in Tassie has been fairly successful. Like, we haven't had anything that we fixed that hasn't leaked, anything that we fixed that hasn't really broken. We've only had to make some minor modifications, and everything's held up really well for some really tough usage. So The external paint, we've knocked a few chips off it here and there, but that's to be expected. The Dodger's done an amazing job. The lightweight construction of it, I have put a couple of little dings in it, you know, like a heavy weather going past it with your clip-on lanyards and stuff has swung and sort of knocked it a bit, but it's holding in there, no damage. I can't think of anything that I'm dissatisfied with, really. We did a few modifications to the self-steering gear, but it's working really, really well. Pasky?
Oh.
Pasky just wants to put more varnish on stuff.
Yeah.
So the interior paint worked really well.
Oh, the interiors worked really well.
I remember when we did that, like I was saying, we used an exterior paint, and someone was like, they left the channel for some reason. It's just an alkyd enamel. It's just like...
But we put like 2 or 3 coats of primer on. You sanded for like 2 or 3 weeks in the boat. And then because it was the issue with our boat was that there was like 3 layers of old paint. And some of the paint was gloss and there was really poor prep. So we basically had to sand all of the old paint off. If you remember it was just peeling, like it was in all the footage. It looks so disgusting. It's like peeling up here and it was pretty nasty.
Yeah.
So yeah, we're really happy with how the paint's turned out, and it's nice having it matte. Like there's no gloss reflection when we're broadcasting to you guys. It works really well.
So yeah, the Dyneema rigging, the weight has definitely been noticeable.
Yeah, and we've gone way faster this year.
Some of that was we got rid of quite a bit of stuff that we had.
Yeah.
But yeah, that Dyneema rigging's been really great. Is there concern for the Dyneema as low stretch will cause the hull to flex and stay in a new shape? Steel wire is low. Any rigging should be low stretch. You want it to. That's the whole point with Dyneema is to take the stretch out of it. But I will say that there's still it's probably got a little bit more give in it than steel. But yeah, you can put a lot of tension on. At the moment, how we've been tensioning that Dyneema is the little lever block, the come along that I use to lift the engine out. If you've watched those episodes, by hooking that onto whatever halyard and putting it down and using that to put the tension on, through like a purchase of about 5, it's tensioned it really well, and it's in line. There's no loss. There's no diversion, and it's been very efficient. And it would be a thing like even if you had a boat up to 50 foot, just depending on the size of the come along you had, you can put as much tension as you want in those things. So it's been quite efficient, and we will cover that on a video. A lot of people ask about the Dyneema. I can't think of a bad thing about it apart from that perhaps it could be cut with a knife. Whether that's malicious intent or someone just getting a bit wild with a deck knife out the front on a grey and stormy night. But it's easy to carry spares. Like I used to carry a spare shroud and stay for Marul, and it took up a big area.
Yeah.
Because it's like metal has a smallest, like the minimum diameter is quite large, whereas Dyneema is just a bunch of stuff there. And the other thing is soft shackles. Like once you go down the soft shackle path, anywhere you think you might want to loop, whether it's on a bucket or on a fishing rod lanyard or in your rigging,
we have them everywhere now.
They multiply, and they're fun to tie.
I really like tying them. They're fun. So we filmed that, but that's coming up in a future episode.
Yeah,
making soft shackles.
If you've got a crafty person in your life, set them to work.
Yeah, it's really fun. The Kiwis have joined us from Pier G. They're in the same marina as us. Hello, Cruising Kiwis. If you haven't checked out their channel, you should. It's really really original and creative. We like their channel.
Yeah.
Stephen Murray has sent us some money. Thank you, Stephen, to buy some beers.
Yeah.
We'll go towards the beer fund.
Did you consider worming, passing, and serving galvanized steel rigging? The more weight. I know it lasts a long time because I've had to do that on fishing boats before, but no, I didn't want to go down that path. Dyneema really is a great thing. It's cheaper than. Like in the long term, the biggest expense that we had with our Dyneema rigging was that we didn't have the knowledge, so we had to pay for that knowledge.
Yeah.
You're either going to pay in time sitting down to learn it, or we were in a hurry. We had a lot on our plate. If you watch the refit videos, we were working 12 hours, 7 days a week for a long, long time.
Yeah.
So we got the advice of Peter the rigger, and I'll just say I am a rigger, but an industrial rigger. not a sailboat rigger. So he had all that knowledge where he was very quick to like know exactly the things to buy and everything like that and work it all out. But now all that's in place, it would be really cheap and easy just to quickly re-rig this boat, and you could do it piecemeal as well. You could do it somewhere under a shady palm tree, as long as you had somewhere to put tension on Dyneema and let it set. It'd be straightforward. So,
Ross, what about number of freshwater showers compared to saltwater scrub washes? Yeah, well, we don't have. No, we've been pretty like WA is good for wind and sun, so we've been able to make lots of water.
Yeah.
While we've been away, so we've been having saltwater scrubs, and then we've been boiling a little bit of hot water in the kettle. I'm not boiling it, sorry, just bringing some water up to, like a nice temperature.
50 degrees.
Not quite that hot, maybe 45, and then just pouring it over our heads. So we've been having freshwater rinses, which has been wonderful.
A lot of our washing is actually sponge bathing.
Yeah.
So.
Well, now that we're in summer and we've just been jumping in the water or sitting under the shower and then having hot water over our head.
Yeah, I can really recommend jump in for a swim, wash yourself off with a natural car chamois. Those synthetic ones start to smell.
Yeah.
And then you can wash yourself with fresh water with a flannel and dry off. And the biggest thing is keeping salt out of your bed. Like cleanliness sort of handles itself really. Once you haven't used strong detergents and stuff and your regular washing with water and stuff like that, you don't smell.
And the oil's out of your hair.
Yeah.
So it is important to wash your hair every week. Otherwise it gets really
pretty regular.
The salt water, it's not nice. It's not good for you keeping your sheets clean, that's for sure.
Look at that. We've gone on down a domestic.
Thank you both, Gen X. Thank you both so much for all the hard work you put into every episode. Oh, thank you very much. That's really kind. All these Christmas donations, and it's really happy. We're really happy to be here, and and also to tune in with you guys. And thanks for your support.
Yeah, it's really great.
That's a Brit shower. Yeah, when I lived in the UK, the pressure was pretty poor. The water was pretty not very nice. So I did a lot of sponge bathing. And it's cold. We were poor, so we didn't have any heating, so it was cold getting in the shower.
Yeah, there you go. I'm on a Klansman. I swim while the kettle boils on metho and sponge bath.
Exactly.
We try not to leave our metho stove unsupervised, because you hear all these stories like people, I hate metho stoves, they're no good. The crux of the story in the end of why they think they're bad is because they put them on to boil and then went out sailing and left it unattended, and then metho spilled or something like that. So, if you've watched for a while, you know that I have low-level paranoia about setting the boat on fire.
Yeah. I normally heat up the water, then put it on a little coaster out there. What do you call those things again?
A trivet.
A trivet, yeah.
It's put on silicon trivet.
Silicon trivet, and then jump in.
Someone was just talking about the noise coming from Dyneema rigging. That's a job I might do. I'm going to put on my climbing harness and I'll go up, and I might actually make up some baggy wrinkle and just put it halfway along that as the same way a bowstring gets silenced. I might
see if it works. That'll be cool.
Yeah, I might try that, or even wrapping. Get some shock cord and just wrap a snake of it around halfway, so there's a bit of rubber in there or something like that. We don't mind the noise, but it's if the wind gets up to like 40 knots, it's quiet. But the little holes in the rig actually whistle like going past the bottle.
Merry Christmas, Tenzin. Thank you for the donation. It's
really
kind.
Thank you. We'll put that in the pork crackle fund.
I feel like Tenzin's somewhere like Alaska. I don't know, somewhere interesting. Like he's on an island.
Gene made it.
US island.
Hopefully your cruise is going well.
Oh, hi, Gene.
Another small boat enthusiast.
Yeah.
Well, all sorts of boat enthusiasts, I should say. But
I feel like he was in Baja last time we spoke to him, but wherever you are, Gene, Merry Christmas.
Anyone that wants to know our future sailing plans, we've sort of we're in the process of working it out. So we can't really share any plans with you at the moment. We're just here to wish you a Merry Christmas. Happy to answer anything about the year in review. But yeah, we're just seeing how things lay at the moment.
Paul sent us 20 for the new laptop. We actually were able to repair my old laptop But thank you very much. That will go towards the repair cost was $160 to get the new screen put in, which was lucky. It would have been a lot more, but we bought Apple Care with my new MacBook. So thank you very much. And thank you, Charles, for the $10 donation. Guys, this is really kind. You're being very generous.
Yeah, thank you very much for everyone doing that.
Hi, Loz. No, we've only been live for 20 minutes. So, yeah, awesome to see you here.
Yep, no, we're there. Someone was saying I was going grey. I go grey through here. Everything else is dark and thick and lustrous.
I don't know what it says about me, but when I met Troy, he didn't have any grey hairs. He's like over the 5 years or 6 years we've been together.
I think I just naturally knew to retain a high quality woman, you have to look distinguished. So I just thought I'd have a bit of a shot of silver come through.
Yeah, it could just be something to do with boat life and lack of sleep, but
or getting on, you know.
Yeah.
But yeah, well,
past the 40 barrier.
The 40 barrier. I've been loving getting a full night's sleep. Not many people realise that life afloat is not conducive to full night's sleep. Every day.
Something to be aware of if you want to start living full time on a boat at anchor.
Yeah. So anyway.
Simon, I've really enjoyed your channel. Merry Christmas to you all and the best for 2022. And dodging Omicron or Omicron. How would you pronounce it?
Omicron. I would pronounce. I don't know. I've only seen it in print so far, but it's a Greek. It's like Alpha and Delta. Oh, well, then be Omicron.
Omicron. Yeah.
I guess.
Okay. Well, from what we've read, Omicron seems less severe and it may provide natural immunity based on what we've read. So maybe dodging it is not, maybe we want it. I don't know.
Who knows?
We're in WA, so there's all the borders are shut. We just said at the start of this chat, my brothers can't come home for Christmas. My little brothers, anyway. So
they've gone to Hawaii. They've
gone to Hawaii instead. So yeah, our state, you can't come into our state at the moment. It's pretty crazy.
Actually, they might not get to go to Hawaii. They might not be allowed on the plane.
Yeah, well, you have to have a negative COVID test. So
whatever.
We'll see. I think they've gone.
Jean wants to know what the donations are about. I think people can just opt to send.
I think if you have an option, you can opt to super chat your question and comment so that we can see it, because they're coming in thick and fast. We're trying our best to reply to all of them, but I think at the moment we're replying like 1 out of 5. Just depends if your question like pops up while we're chatting. But with this top chat, like it's really easy to see what you've written. But there's no obligation to give us any donations. It's just really wonderful that you are being really so generous.
Yeah. Thank you very much.
And happy pickled fish in 2022. Yeah.
Hang on, we'll just scroll back. We love, yes, thank you for that.
And DTP.
Pickled fish.
He's given us a shuck. Is that shuckers?
Yeah.
Shuckers.
I guess so. Or heavy metal concert. What
time is it down under? It's 10:41.
Yeah.
When involved with a long crossing, what is your shift schedule? It's normally if we do a long one, like anywhere between 3 and 5 hours at each.
We make it up as we go along.
Yeah.
Sometimes you're feeling strong. Sometimes you might be going into a high traffic area, and I prefer to be on watch. So Pasky might do a little bit of a longer one and then wake me up when it's getting hectic, or
vice versa. You just do it like a long time while we're doing, like, if it's difficult nav in channels or stuff like that. If we're not just out in the ocean, then Troy will often be awake, and then I'll just pick up later once we're out somewhere safer. Yeah. It's just it really is a question of experience, and if it's going to require a little bit more experience, then I get it, and that's just because I've had the time. The last trip we did to Rottnest, the nighttime watch I was on was just really calm. We were basically motor sailing the whole night. So I just stayed up the whole night because I knew that Troy would be navigating us into Rottnest, which is busy and with lots of reefs, the next night. So I just stayed up the whole night. So we just kind of work it like that. But I mean, if when we were doing the bike crossing, it was 3 to 5 hours each, wasn't it? But I still had to wake you up because the wind would be like 15 knots, then 30 knots, then 15 knots, and we'd have to reef together. So yeah, that's why you get grey hairs as a skipper. Yeah. Oh, Jean, you found it. But you're our patrons, so you really didn't need to do that. No, that's right. Anyway, thank you, Jean. I saw just in passing that you bought a 50-foot trawler. What? So Jean did. Yeah, he needs to save all his shackles now. Oh wow. That fuel.
Thank you for joining us from Poland. Like, what are you up at 2 in the morning?
3 in the morning? Maybe they can't sleep.
I got plenty of friends that are Polish anyway, so
some people might work night shifts, I suppose, and they're just
true.
like, I know people in hospitals, like if they're bored, they might be just watching a live chat or something like that. Or I'm curious about Pascal's culinary interests. Seems like she travelled a bit other than the being kidnapped by a sailor. Oh, I think
kidnapped.
I think a lot of Australians are pretty into their food. We have a good variety. We have a multicultural, like quite a melting pot of people here.
In the last 20 years, there's been a real surge, hasn't it?
Yeah.
People have become foodies in Australia.
Yeah, because it used to just sort of be like standard, a sort of variation on British food was the Australian fare, but now it's real mix. There's a lot of Thai, Chinese, Italian, lots of great Italian food. And we're starting to get Mexican food now.
I think Chinese and Italian food have been here a long time because those people have been here a long time. Like when I was a little boy, that was the takeaway options.
Okay.
It was fish and chips, Italian or Chinese. And we get super excited, you know?
Yeah.
But then after a while, we started to see more Thai, Hmong, Laotian food.
Yeah, Vietnamese is really popular at the moment.
But now everyone knows how to pronounce gozleme.
Yes, Turkish food is big.
Food's big.
Lots of nice kebab restaurants now.
Yeah, so. Indian and yeah.
So there's definitely lots of inspiration, and the fact that we can just harvest fresh food. There are a lot of chefs. There's a fish chef over east. There's also in Scandinavia as well. I did travel to Scandinavia, and I was really impressed with the way that they presented and cooked food there. Like really simple. Same in Italy. So yeah, I have done some, and France. France, Italy, Scandinavia, they all really they take the time to pick really good Northern Italy. I didn't do Southern Italy. Really good quality ingredients, and I think we're really fortunate to have that as an option. Perhaps we don't get the bestest quality fruit and veg when we're sailing, but at least we get really nice fresh seafood. So that's really, really great.
I would say that somewhere those French genes floating around in your blood, you have a real affinity for simple.
Yeah, simple food.
And just let those natural flavours.
Yeah, lots of butter.
Yeah. You can't go wrong, can you? Lots of butter.
Yeah, lots of butter.
Oh,
thank you, JK.
Yeah, thanks everyone that's just flooding money in. So.
Well, actually, for $20 US, we can actually get some really nice wine. So thank you, Kay.
That's true, actually.
Yeah.
Yep.
Australia's great for that. I think a lot of places are great for that.
I've already got a bottle of whiskey, so.
Oh, thank you, Kim. Pickled fish and cookies and beer.
Now, there's been a lot of people asking about a free-range sailing cookbook.
Yes, and I am writing it. I was a bit upset when my computer died because I was like really into it when it died.
Yeah.
I have been writing a lot of it and recipe testing a lot of it. One of the salad recipes that's in the book is getting made for Christmas, so I get to try it out on 40 people?
On other people apart from me.
Yeah.
If you think you've got a tough job, I've been recipe testing for months now. It's been hard.
Yeah.
Tough.
Yeah.
Thanks for the talk, guys. Love you. The best wishes.
What's Jean's channel? Jean, you can reply to that one for Cheryl and Paul. You guys should, yeah.
What's the Audi yellow tail? What does that mean?
I don't know. I think that might be a typo.
Please interpret. Oh, yeah, okay.
Cheers from Chattanooga.
I love that
Tennessee. Hi, Mark.
Yeah, people are dubious that all my hard work that I've been putting in.
Hello, another Mark with a C, Mark Pfeiffer. And hello, Hampton Juan from Miami. Oh, Yellowtail wine.
Oh,
right, gotcha. Yeah, okay.
You're going back to have a look at some of it. So sorry if you've just joined in. Sometimes we have to scroll back because
to find a question.
Things keep coming up. We don't mean to miss questions.
Have you ever met the Back to Basics crew? No, but they are doing Kimberley at the moment. I think they're doing Kimberley in their trailable motor cruiser boat thing.
Oh.
So that's pretty cool.
Yeah, there'll be a little bit of a challenge for them getting fuel. That's a nice thing about a sailing boat. And some people ask us a lot of questions about sailing. And I don't know, we've met some real sailors, and I mean that in reality in Tassie, and racing sailors and things like that, and they know an awful lot about it. In reality, we like adventuring around, but sailboats give you the range and a bit of independence. So the wind might be free, but what happens with the sailboat is you just buy all of your fuel
The
up
costs
front.
are the same, yeah, almost the same.
Oh,
Oh no, probably a bit less.
About that. Yeah,
probably less.
I think you do save some money, but some people present it as like a green choice. But I wouldn't say that, because Dacron is, whatever. And if you've watched us for a while, we never preach about that sort of thing. But it's a challenge exploring a lot of Australia in a just by a fuel engine. It'd be interesting to see how they go, because there's definitely challenges to refueling in the Kimberley.
They definitely are. They push it, I think. They're sort of like on their last little bit. I mean, they get around with a big what do you call those, metal steel
jerrycan?
Not a jerrycan.
Oh, a big 44.
Yeah, they got a 44 in the front of their little boat.
Oh, okay, all right.
Yeah.
No bladder. I guess a 44 is less.
They're only in like a Southwind size thing.
Oh, I haven't seen it. So.
A little bit bigger than that.
Have you considered going without a motor? Not in Australia. Ooh. There's a lot of places where to make the next tide, or to get into an inlet, or to get up a river, the motor's sort of kind of key, unless you want to be kedging. There's nothing. There's all the Great Barrier Reef is inaccessible without an engine. It really is, because you have to weave your way through coral. But having said that, even when you're doing that, you need a plan to get out of there, and we have done that.
Oh yeah, someone else asked that. Is Lynn Party near you? I don't know.
She was in Tassie when we were down there.
She was in Tassie, or she'd just been in Tassie when we were there. I didn't know she was in WA, but maybe she is.
What's the biggest great white you've ever seen? None. We haven't seen any, but that's not to say that
they're
none
not
have
there.
seen us.
I know. Oh, there's a couple of people that have been donating through PayPal, so thank you very much. I'm just getting the pop-ups. Gunter and Douglas.
Oh, wow.
Thank you very much.
Yeah, thanks very much, guys. Like, we're not we never have to ask people for anything.
It's very lovely.
So
have we considered electric, like sailing Uma?
No. I think it's come up before. With an electric motor, it'd have to be all new batteries and an all new engine, whereas we've got like a 20-year-old engine.
And we just run on like lead acid.
Yeah, so our fuel bill is like 700 mil per hour. And our total fuel consumption for a year, maybe 200 litres, maybe. So there's not a benefit from a point of view of cost, and there's certainly not a benefit if you wanted to be green, because that engine, it wouldn't be bought by anyone. It would turn into landfill. So you'd have all the sunk cost of making a new electric engine and putting it in there. And disposing of like a perfectly good engine. It doesn't look perfectly good. But
that's why no one would buy it.
Yeah, the outside looks pretty rough, but like we pulled it apart and I inspected the insides, and so it's been made. Like everything's pulled out the ground, it's sitting there, it's working. So I don't see any reason to change that.
Someone's found us recovering from surgery. That's cool.
Oh no, we've actually had a few people that have been confined to a hospital bed, and they've written to us saying that our because we've got a lot of videos that it's really helped
kept them going,
and that makes us feel great. So.
Favorite whiskey is Scotch for both of us, but Troy's more of a whiskey drinker than me.
Yeah, I'm a single malt sort of person, so I like the Glenmorangies, the Lasanta, and the original. We
don't get really a nice selection of bourbon or rye here in Australia. I'm sure we do, but you have to go to a specialty bottle shop. So we kind of get this sort of bottom to mid range here.
Yeah,
like I have been to American diner like style restaurants, like nice ones, and had a good bourbon cocktail, and it's been beautiful. But yeah, most of the time I haven't really gotten excited about bourbon. Yeah,
what's that saying? They bought a petrol generator when they're north of the Arctic Circle. Yeah, that's a lot of electric boats. They're not bad, but they often have access to marinas and things like that, where they're accessing power that's come from a fossil source.
Yeah, we were wondering how they were getting around in the Arctic Circle.
Yeah,
because we'd seen all of their thumbnails, but we don't. Most of the time, we don't have enough internet to watch other YouTube videos. But we were curious about that. So that's interesting.
A generator with an electric engine is a popular way to do things as well, because you can have the heavy generator somewhere that's a good balance for your boat, and the electric motor gets rid of all your alignment issues and is very, very dependable.
Yeah,
and gets rid of gearboxes and things like that. So that's a great call. We just have to wait till they make fusion reactors small enough to pop into a beer can. So there was some other questions that we're totally missing, because people are joining in. How many people have we got watching us at the moment? So we've got 388 people out there.
Hello, Merry Christmas, everybody.
391. It's climbing.
Yeah, that's so cool.
So everyone that's joined us, we like to wish you a Merry Christmas, and we're hoping that everyone's going to have a great Christmas. Like family, friends, whatever is happening. Yeah, there we go. Look, a raw water cooled Yanmar like ours, thumping away for thousands of miles since September.
40 years.
40 years.
Whoa.
Yeah, ours is like a 1980 something.
No, it's 90. 1990. Okay. But we don't know if that was when it was put in, so it might be older. Because it was a second-hand engine, so it was put in the 90s on our boat.
Yeah. Have you noticed an increase in sailors wanting to escape the lockdown stuff? What we've noticed is an increase in sailors that have not left Australia, and so we found that quite a few of the anchorages had quite a few more sailors, but they were Australian rather than international.
Yeah.
And there, as a thing with sailing, like some people have said to us, it's you're so lucky in these challenging times that you've got a boat and you're independent, you can escape from it all. And you're just like, well, no, because we've got friends and family that concern us.
Yeah,
that's an extension of yourself, and so that's a tough one. Like when you're sailing and you're worried about the people that you love and care about, that's not easy.
And you can't be completely detached. Like we've still got to come in at some point and get fuel for our stove, for example, or fuel or diesel or petrol for the dinghy. I guess you can, if you run out, you can start rowing. We did row a bit to avoid that because we only carry 20 litres of petrol.
Yeah.
Which was our own choice. We used to carry a lot more, but yeah.
The lockdowns in and of themselves don't upset me that much, and it's not because they don't impact us.
I think it's not a nice thing to have lockdowns.
No, but it's just the precedent that's being set that is leave me more concerned, because who's to say they can't just pop another emergency and like, here you go, there's another one. I don't see an end to it. So I would have liked to have seen a little bit more pushback, but that's happening.
Even just walking around Fremantle in the last couple of days, we noticed that like a lot of the small businesses have all shut down. So that's really sad. Yeah,
you don't want everything just delivered by the internet.
No, that's the thing. The people that benefit from these lockdowns are big global internet companies. I won't name any names, but yeah, it's not good. It's not good at all.
Yeah. Only a marine engineer could be objective in systems and think the electric engine question. Yeah. You know what else? There's two different ways electric marine engineers go when they get a boat. There's my way of like, if it's not on the boat, it doesn't break and you won't have to maintain it. And I think fishing boat skippers might be like that, who have had to make do.
Because you don't want to miss the season by coming back to repair. You've got to be out there.
So everything's held together with zippy ties and wire and just magical stuff. But we know other marine engineers, and maybe they've come from big boats with bigger budgets, and everything's push button, bells and whistles and everything else like that. And which they manage quite successfully, but they enjoy it.
You don't want the complexity.
Every single thing you have on the boat, every single thing, you have some sort of relationship with it. It's going to own some of your time and some of your mind. So we try and keep things as simple as possible, as you can see. Guys, everyone that's still just throwing money at us, thanks very much. Like it's
Thank
really
you, Rick,
it's really appreciated. We have had a few bills come in, so we never have to ask you guys, it just happens, so it's really touching.
JP is in his December 1969 Klansman. I wonder what number you are. You might be straight after us. We're 29.
Yeah, we were.
What's the name of your Klansman?
We were launched in September of 69.
Yeah. And listening to us, and instead of Bing Crosby, And so many lessons I've learnt from your vids. Cheers, Xmas love and fair winds to you. Thank you very much.
Okay.
How's the winds in Fremantle? Really windy in the evening. In the night time, it's crazy strong. Like just those the sea breezes have really amped up now. Getting like 30 knot winds in the night.
Yeah, it's been kicking
It's really
on.
still now. It must be just a light easterly now.
Has there been any new tech on the boat that you can't live without?
Maybe your new tablet?
No, I could live without that. The water maker, but only in Western Australia, because Western it would have really impacted our cruising plans if we'd been. You can't rely on rainfall and you can't rely on natural water. There's no surface water.
Yeah.
Even if you were willing to disinfect it to get rid of Guardia and things like that, it's just not available. So a water maker for us is key. Even a low volume one, 4 litres an hour is, it takes a whole day to make it. Well, not a whole day, but it takes a substantial amount of time to make a jerry can of water every day.
Yeah.
Pasky and I use about 8 litres of water a day.
No, that's right. That's generous. Close. Yeah.
So, I
was going to say it's 12 litres, but I think that's when we're being like careful, and that's between the two of us.
Yeah.
Yeah. So 8 litres a day.
Yeah. When we're extravagant,
8 litres each. Sorry. 16 litres a day.
Yeah. About that.
Yeah.
So washing, drinking, and all the rest of it.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah, we don't. We used to skimp on water a bit, but now we don't skim on water at all. We did have to skim on water if we couldn't run the water maker because the water's too dirty or something like that.
When I was in Queensland pre-Pascal in the dark ages, I did used to rely on natural water, and I'd marked all my and I had paper charts, and I'd marked all my charts with where I've gone on Google Earth, traced creeks and rivers where they came to the ocean. I'd actually marked it, and I did have to get natural water a bit. And I got less sick than you would imagine, but I used to treat it and everything like that.
With a bit of chlorine, no, not chlorine, bleach, hey?
I'd just have like a glass of water and a glass of whiskey.
Oh, right, yeah. Mm-hmm.
No, that's totally fabricated story. No, and I used to be able to get quite a bit of rain, but in Western Australia, no. A water maker, you're not really buying water, you're buying the freedom of movement. I'll just say that as well. Some people will say water makers are no good, the price per litre, blah, 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 blah.
Was that Nigel Calder saying that in his book? No, someone said it in a book that we were reading. I can't remember which. Anyway.
Yeah, but I've heard that argument before. Water makers are expensive per litre, but you're not buying water.
You're buying convenience.
No, it's not even convenience. You're buying freedom from the land. Like you bought this boat and everything else like that. But if you have to go back to re-water, you're not separated. You haven't got away. So
yeah, that's right. Well, also, I mean, you're not just buying that, but you are buying convenience too. It
is convenient. You're right. What was I talking about?
Stuart, thank you so much. Merry Christmas to you over in Canada.
Yeah. Gene reckons we'll cave in one day to get a water heater. You're right, but by that stage we'll have a house around us.
Yeah, and he was asking earlier if we still got the porta boat. We still have the porta boat.
That's right, the porta boat. Maybe I'll video that. So the transom's having some issues. So I'm going to buy
Yeah, we should fix that.
I'm going to buy a sheet of 1.5mm HDPE and just make my own transom. Yeah,
so we'll do a dinghy refit video because it's been a long time since we did that.
Oh, look, Steve.
Oh.
He's still like
Steve made us our canvas covers for our quarter berth and in the settee. So.
Yeah, he improved our quality of life.
Yeah, a lot. So thank you, Steve. That's super generous of you.
You'll probably hear from us soon anyway, Steve, because I'd like to ask you a question.
Yeah.
The most dangerous moment on sea? I don't know. I kept reading my book when Pasky served up dinner once. That was pretty rough. When was the most dangerous? I think the most dangerous, but it was uneventful, was when we were sailing back across the Bight. The autopilot was working quite fine, but we had a following sea, and what was happening is we'd come down the wave, and it wasn't a proper broach, but we would change direction and come over, and the boom was starting to go into the water and really load up. So we had to, the autopilot would steer and everything, but not before the boom actually got in. Who's number here?
I know.
So
458. Hello to everyone and Merry Christmas.
Everyone that's joining us. So the most dangerous moment was that the boom was going underwater and the potential for having everything come apart. So Pasky sat out with her back to the companionway drop board, and she was looking out and telling me, because it was dark, and the moon was obscured by clouds. So she was able to point the direction and tell me which way the waves were coming, so I could steer
down the waves.
And as we were going down the waves, I was able to hold that straight and just to stop the boom from dipping. And you'll see that, like, we didn't film it.
It was the middle of the night.
Yeah, Pasky was describing. Then later on, I come in a bit exhausted. It was about 3 and a bit hours. Did that because we knew that the weather would pass, so we just hand steered, and then we were able to.
It wasn't actually forecast. Like, it was only supposed to be 15 knots that night, so we got 30, but only for 3 hours.
Yeah. So that was probably the most dangerous because it's the cold water in the middle of the bight. No chance of rescue immediately.
Yeah.
We came close to losing the boat another time when the anchor dragged. Well, the anchor didn't drag, but the wind shifted and we were going into shallow water and we were bouncing in the surf break.
Yeah.
We got out of that, but even if that would have just been a loss of boat, not a loss of life.
That wouldn't have dragged us.
That's neither here nor there. So.
Yeah. Yeah, I suppose you're right. Like, we would have been fine to just jump off the boat. Could you reef sheet in and let the vang off? Yeah, I think we would have been able to reef, but it would have been really uncomfortable because it was quite a significant sea.
It wasn't a case of reefing. It was a case of, like, the autopilot couldn't handle it and we were going and the boom was just in the water. And because it was following, we couldn't bring the boom in anymore.
No, I mean, but depower the boat a bit.
Yeah.
We could have depowered the boat a bit. We were fully reefed 2 reefs anyway. So
depowered the boat? We'll just say goodbye to Paul and Cheryl there. So
I'll see you later, guys.
You're off. Troy, get your automatic wristwatch service. Has been done, mate. It's done. Did you? Pulling on lifting the boat? No, just hand steer.
Yeah.
So, if you're concerned, just take action. So.
Jean's in Belize. Wow, I'd like to go there, but
yeah, that's what we were saying before. At the moment, our future plans we can't really say. Like, we don't know.
How long would you need to wait for rescue in the middle of the bight?
I don't know. Maybe it's depends on whether the sharks find you first, I suppose. I don't know. Like, you'd pop that. It'd take a while. So you might have Navy ships or oil and gas ships down there that might divert. Hopefully they don't run you over in those conditions at night when they come and rescue you. But we've got a really good EPIRB, and we've got those little digital selective calling man overboard things, so they'd be able to pinpoint us really, really well. And we're definitely in our
jackets,
flotation vests then.
Yeah.
So I don't know. There's not like a chart you can look up of, like, here's how long you can expect to rescue.
Recovery rather than rescue. Nope.
Yeah, so
it's pretty cold down there.
Yep, I prefer not to go into the water. Like, keep the boat floating at all costs. So
I have a North Wind 40. We don't know those boats. We don't actually really give anyone advice about their particular boat or their vessel or what they should buy, because it's personal choice. Yeah, you're going to have different reasons why you want to get a particular boat.
Yeah, we try not to give people advice on what they should do in any circumstance, just because we're not there and we don't know them, we don't know the situation. A lot of the time we get advice and it's well-meaning, but the people can't really see what's going on and they don't really know our strengths, weaknesses and preferences. So when we meet people in the flesh and we can talk about a problem, we can both see it and everything else like that. That's collaborating on a problem like that's really great. But I find collaborating over a problem over the internet, we just do not do it. It doesn't stop people doing it to us, though. Why didn't you do it this way? It's like, well, you weren't there.
Are you a Sparky, Troy? No.
No, MED1.
But you've had to do some electrical stuff on fishing boats.
Yeah. So... No, I understand. Like, basic principles. I also know where to stop. I know where my limits are. But I'm allowed to work on DC power, so that's fine.
My Bristol 40. I wonder if that's a Bristol Channel
A Bristol Channel Cutter.
They're cool boats.
Yeah, I love those things. And a Northwind 40.
You're super sharp, Troy.
Super
you
sharp.
You haven't even cleaned up your beard yet for Christmas. Look at this.
Yeah, he'll get there. No, I think he's looking at my new shirt.
Oh, nice. Merry Christmas, everyone. Sorry if we missed your question. If it's if you're still here, you can always send it in. It's hard to scroll back and find them.
Yeah, we've got quite a few people there watching, so it happens that it sort of freezes for a while, doesn't it?
Yeah, I think they all just come all at once, and then you get overwhelmed, and then you go off like answering a question in length, and then they like disappear. How do you get the internet? At the moment, we have the phone up the mast, so we're just hotspotting our phone.
Yep, that's right.
We are in like civilization at the moment, so we have good internet.
Yeah. So how much Vang did you have on though? We didn't have any Vang on. We had the preventer coming back to the boom, and then we're easily able to just adjust the tension to let it up, and that's what I mean.
Trying to give
advice, making the assumptions. We didn't have any Vang.
Yeah.
So it just doesn't work. That's why we don't do it.
Do you have a tree? No, we don't have a tree, but we're going to my mum's tomorrow for my family, and then we're going to Troy's sisters on Christmas Day, and they've both got trees. Yeah. So we put the presents under there.
Yeah.
Well, actually, we haven't put some of them. We're wrapping them today.
Yeah. I can't wait to see those little kids' faces light up.
Yeah.
Hopefully they do. Have you ever been to that without? No, just go on to another one. How does your dinghy hold out water? Not very well at the moment, actually. It's got a little crack in the transom.
Yeah, so we're going to fix the transom. That will be, stay tuned for that.
That porter boat, 7 years I've had it, a lot of the time in the tropics. So it is unbelievable how well that's lasted. It's not as fast as a lot of the nice ribs and everything like that, but it rows well. We can lift it. We can carry it. It's been absolutely indestructible. It's still on that 3 horsepower outboard. We've kept that going. Yeah, it's crazy.
Do you ever feel like you're missing out on Central Oz by being locked to the sea? A little bit, but there's a lot to see on the coast.
Yeah. I guess when I was younger, I did a lot of demolition and house transporting in central Western Australia. So I got my share of like flies.
We're not really desert people. Like some people just love the desert, but we're not really desert people. So
you know what I would think would increase your appreciation of the desert? Prospecting.
Yeah, I think I'd like that.
Understanding landforms and scoring some gold.
Yeah, that would be cool.
Or platinum or whatever.
Yeah, probably not in the height of summer. Probably in wintertime. Yeah. Are smaller boats better for your neck of the world? Us, Chad. Again, I think it's based on personal opinion.
Yeah.
For up north in Northern Australia, that's why you bought this boat. So it is good in that respect because a lot of the entrances into the inlets, rivers are shallow, and also if you want to put your boat away somewhere safe, if there's a system like a cyclone or a low coming, you can tuck into mangrove systems and things like that. So having a small boat with a shallow draft is good for that.
I think Passy's going to roll her eyes now. She's like, "Oh my God, I've heard this so often." But if I had the money to do it, and I'd do it all over again, now that I've done it on a keel boat, I'd love to do it with a 4-wheel drive and a trailerable fast trimaran. They're expensive, but getting out to somewhere at 16 knots and then camping out there for a few weeks, then coming back and then moving to your next location. Or maybe leaving the boat at someone's place and then using the 4-wheel drive to explore coastal and do things like going to the laundromat and stuff like that. I think that would be such an amazing way to travel in your own country. Yeah. So a big keel boat is great if you want to cross oceans or do extended stays. So for all through Northern Australia where we needed a home base and places like islands that are inaccessible by road and all the rest of it, I think a big keel boat's fine. But if you're going to stay in your own country and you would like a comfortable little boat that's fast and fun and you only need to camp on it for like maybe 2 to 3 weeks at a time, one of those little trailerable trimarans with a water maker on it,
yeah,
I would do that in a heartbeat.
Yeah.
That would be a great way to see Australia. So We can build the micro garden, Gene, but where's the chooks?
Yeah.
Got to have those chooks. We have a 1974 Helson 22 swing keel, and we love it. People with trailer sailors love their boats.
Yeah.
I think they're underrated. I think they are absolutely underrated.
Like Jane's got one, little sweet pea.
Yeah, absolutely underrated.
Yeah.
Kimberley's in a 40-foot Roberts with a 1.5 draft.
It's doable.
Doable. You know what's a cool thing is, like, if you're planning a river, you can anchor where it's definitely deep, jump in your dinghy, and at lowest tide, drive up it and
do some soundings
and mark on a like Navionics equipped phone or something like that your track in. That's how we got into the Mitchell.
Yeah.
And we penetrated quite a way up there.
Yeah. We went the whole way until we hit the rock bar.
We've got a Corsair F37. Oh, that's pretty big. I like those F28s. Yeah, I don't think you could trailer a 37.
Yeah, you can. I think that's the cutoff.
37?
Yeah.
Woo.
Yeah, because they're still light, but they're a bit big. But that's what someone was saying. They're the maximum that you can trailer.
Jesus.
Yeah.
Oh, and the other thing of those little Corsairs and the Farriers, like their draft is when you got everything up, it's 50 centimeters.
Oh, I thought it was less. Oh, okay, it's 50. All right, sorry.
So, yeah, unbelievable.
Corsair, thumbs up.
Oh, yeah, you've been gifted this story of the Batavia. It's a rough story. It's better to read about it than live it.
Yeah, that's for sure.
Yeah, so.
Lancelin Wind Farm.
There you go.
Yeah, it's windy out there.
How do they run a wind farm in Lancelin?
I don't know, like, yeah, it must be. I suspect sometimes it's too windy for the wind farm.
I think they have the technology to deal.
Okay.
They would have looked at the annual thing and, yeah.
32-foot Pearson, 1963. Wow, nice. Cape Cod.
Yeah, they're really good. Look, Corsair, thumbs up. People love them.
Welcome, first time seeing us live. Hobbies.
Huh?
Hobbies for you.
Hobbies for you.
18-inch draft is the Corsair.
Okay. We got another person from South Africa there.
I don't have a sister.
So, no sisters. I like my time in Cape Town. I only had one or two like sort of hair-raising times, but yeah, no, it's great. Really nice place. What would you say is the most difficult part of living on a boat, Pascal?
No hot shower.
Hygiene.
No hot shower.
No hot shower. Yeah.
And Jean, I know you're going to tell us that we could get a hot shower, but it's really complicated on our boat.
I don't want to carry gas bottles.
We don't want to carry gas bottles, and we can't really make like a wet space in our boat. So
yeah, I'm not showering in the cockpit.
I don't want to
the
cockpit's not sheltered enough to do it. So it just doesn't really work. So yeah. If the Dodge if we had a bigger cockpit and the Dodger was higher, then maybe it would be possible because you'd be screened by the Dodger, but we're not. Like when you stand up, your like whole torso's exposed in the elements. So unless you like sat down, I just don't see the point of that.
Yeah. and that, like, any reason you don't have scuba gear on board, I guess we can free dive to as far as we need to, like 16 meters or something like that. I used to free dive more, but it's probably dangerous with just two of us. And that's so much gear that you don't like. I feel like I'm in a lounge chair when I'm in dive gear. Breathing air feels like I'm at work, whereas free diving, it was fine, you know. So
I just sailed Bass Strait by myself. Being a woman, it seems like a big deal. It must be lovely to have someone with you to give you a break. Oh yeah, that would be really hard.
Congratulations.
Well done. So you're in Tassie now, which is nice. This is the right time of year. Like February, March is the nice calm time.
It's a nice warm up for sailing the Bight.
Yeah.
When we sailed Bass Strait, we actually had to motor a little bit.
Yeah.
And the Sydney to Hobart guys would have just been pulling their hair out.
Yeah, because the seas were messy because it was a confused system. We had like northerlies and something else as well, didn't we? So it was all a bit messy.
Yeah. Scuba,
they're all coming in fast again.
With the scuba, I'd actually, if I had the space, because I used to be a commercial diver, I was thinking about putting a little hooker on board, and I was trying to figure out how to run it off like a floating shaft or a PDO takeoff or something like that. And in the end, I was just like the maintenance and the filter gear and everything else like that and potential danger of it, I just stuck with free diving. Because our free diving gear is mask, snorkel, fins, spear gun. Wetsuit.
Weight belt.
Weight belt. Yeah, it's a small package.
Nice.
Mm.
It is a lot of stuff. It's less than scuba though. It still feels like a lot of things.
Yeah. The spear gun I carry is still my old rifle that I bought back in 2002. So people go, can you give me any advice on a spear gun? I was like, nah, I haven't bought one in decades.
Well, thank you to all very generous Canadians out there. Stefan Jelson has been with us for 4 years and he's enjoying the improvements. So thanks, Stefan.
You stay up late when it gets dark,
Stefan,
like in a house. Yeah, we got some lights. Sometimes we're like
7:30.
Old granddads. Yeah, we go 8 o'clock bedtimes.
So yeah.
Laundry on board is a pain. It was easy in the Kimberleys where there's lots of waterfalls and fun. So
yeah, you just hang out by a waterfall and do laundry. Basically, I just hand wash small things and then we just wait till we get to a town to do the sheets. We have 3, nearly 4 sets of sheets for the bed. So that means we can be gone for like 6 weeks at a push. Yeah, 5 weeks. The sheets don't stay very clean because we're on water budget. So,
do you meet people with disabilities sailing? We don't meet people in themselves. We've met a few people that enable people with disabilities to go sailing, and I would make inquiries at your local sailing club or do an internet search because people are definitely out there
doing it.
It depends on the disability, but yeah, for sure. And there's for the vision impaired, there's GPSs now that talk that will state what's going on. Obviously, you want someone on board who can spot nav lights and other boats and things like that, but it is accessible to people with disabilities, but just sniffing it out. Sailing clubs, I don't know what level of disability you're talking about. There's people that are fully able-bodied that shouldn't be out on the water, and there's people with disabilities that are totally at home. Amputees and stuff like that are no problem on a boat whatsoever. But people with overconfidence don't belong out there.
Are your sheets triangular to fit the baby berth? No, they're not. We just tuck them under.
That'd be good.
Yeah. It's kind of better because I find that you get more use out of them because you just rotate them 180. If you had them triangular, you'd only be able to use them one setting. So yeah, you can like get a bit more mileage and then they don't wear out as quickly. I don't know about jabbing to cruise around the world at this stage, but I suspect yes, because to get on planes you do. So
yeah, some nations are yes, some nations are no. Some are just like have a test.
It should just be a negative test, but
yeah,
we don't make the decisions. So
yeah, we actually had a friend on a commercial vessel, and he was saying that one of the crew came back and they'd been out for 2 months on a big gas freighter, and they came back and Woodside wouldn't let the guy come through the terminal because he hadn't had his thing, but he'd been on a ship for 2 months.
Yeah.
It's the silliest
Maybe he
stuff
caught
going
it off
on.
one of his staff, one of his crew.
Well, no, he didn't. No one had it.
No one had it. No.
They'd been on like they weren't allowed to jump off at Japan.
No, I know.
Dumb. Yeah, it's the dumbest thing. Just turn the sheet around when it's dirty.
That's what we do.
Yeah, that's what I do with my underpants.
Then it does get more dirty.
How long can you anchor off WA for me? I don't know.
Sailability is all around Australia. I do it. We take disability. Oh, sailability. Okay, cool.
Okay, so
there you go.
Yep.
Merry Christmas from Utah.
Yeah, there's definitely people out there taking disabled people.
Do you have an SSB on board? What's an SSB?
Our little shortwave radio has single sideband, but we don't talk. I don't have a ham license. I've only got a restricted radio operator certificate, which is VHF and things like that, not HF. So.
Did you fix your Mac or get a new one? We fixed the Mac. We bought Apple Care with it, which I'm really grateful for. So it only cost like $160 to get the new screen. So it was really quick. I was really happy with the service. It was annoying when it happened at the time, but it's fixed now. I think I might have a microphone issue, but it sounds like it's more to do with plugging in audio recording. At the moment, it sounds like the inbuilt mic's working fine because you guys have all said that the audio is good.
It'll just be a settings thing.
Yeah, there's some sort of setting that's been reset.
Yep.
We don't have a hot water heater, so we don't use it for battery for extra solar energy.
No, I know what you're talking about, but no.
We don't have that. So that must be a different channel. No, we don't really watch any sailing channels apart from sometimes checking in on the Kiwis.
We just go and live our sailing channel.
Yeah.
We have a bit of a hard time because we try and make it ourselves into internet range for uploading videos and stuff like that, but we don't really have a lot of time to sit down and watch stuff. We're really busy maintaining a boat, sailing to new destinations,
and we don't have internet
and making free range sailing, because that's like 20 to 30 hours a week.
Yeah.
So.
And everyone that's asking about international, or David was asking about South Africa, it's all a bit up in the air at the moment. And yeah, do you want to add to that?
No.
No.
So this chat, we were just wishing everyone a Merry Christmas, and like I was saying, we can talk about, if you've got questions about after the refit and stuff like that, we can talk about. We've sort of sailed up to the limits of our
planning, yeah.
And we just have to see what we want to do. Like we've actually got a lot of projects that we want to tackle, whether that's at sea or on land and stuff like that. And we just want to see where we are and make that call.
Yeah.
Any possibility of sun rashes for the next match?
Idea.
It'd be really, really good. We're having also, we wanted to make available free range sailing shirts just for Christmas, because a lot of people asked for it, but we can't get deliveries into Australia, so it's complicated things for us. Well, it hasn't complicated for us. We did want to make things available. We knew that people wanted to get them for Christmas, and we're sorry, but it's out of our hands, the delivery. We are trying to. We've always been trying to source stuff from Australia, and even in Europe for European things. And we've been taken to task by people. Oh, you should be Australian. But,
shame on you.
Yeah, but we have an international audience, and there's not many Australian companies that are willing to give that service of international delivery. And the ones that are Canadian owned or something like that.
Are they? Okay.
So the money doesn't stay here. Like, we've looked into it. Like, so. If you want to write us a nasty letter that we're not actually Australian ambassadors, whatever.
Yeah.
But we've tried everything that we could, and so if you wanted something for Christmas, I'm sorry.
Yeah.
We just couldn't get it together. Like, they're just not delivering to Australia because of the virus.
It was lucky that when we did the launch in August, September, some people organised ahead and got their Christmas presents in, because at that point they were delivering worldwide, but now they're not delivering to New Zealand and Australia, and it's all up in the air. Like, it's just the United States Postal Service won't deliver packages to Australia and New Zealand at the moment, unless you pay like an express something, which is going to cost you like more than the shirts, so it's not worth it.
Yeah,
that's why Bonfire won't send it to you. It's just not worth it.
Yeah. So John was asking about the fish book. It's all drawings. I actually prefer ID drawings and paintings, but a good artist. Someone was
Johnny, Merry Christmas to you too.
Let me just scroll back. Yeah, we do use Osmo cameras, and I rate them. Passies not so much, but when you link them up with
I do rate it.
Yeah,
I do.
The extension, the selfie stick is good, not to take selfies of yourself, but for other reasons. You can put the phone in there and the little attachment that allows it to talk by Bluetooth or wireless.
Yep.
And you can have really good control, and we do great time lapses with them as well. So.
Yeah, and it's really cool when we're sailing to have that little device, because it shows the boat moving. You can have the horizon fixed.
Yeah.
And then show the boat. It's really cool.
It makes people seasick.
It does make people a bit seasick. We used it a bit in the bay, and it looked really cool.
Yeah. What do you think about your most popular video? Has the word nude in the title. When if you have a look at that, it got 16 million views and stuff like that. We've never ever done it again. You know, the number of views is totally irrelevant to us. The number of people that support us on Patreon is, like, we value that, because that gives us a weekly income of sorts. Like, people don't think of it as a job, but we are delivering a product every week to on a promise if we can. I'll just
to
say
a pretty
that.
big audience now. Like we're
Yeah,
delivering
it's
to the same size audience as commercial TV, but it's just the two of us
Yeah.
putting it together. We don't actually
So-
even have any help from anyone else.
No, that's right. So when you watch the next documentary, it's got a whole list. Just imagine it says camera, Troy, editing, Pascal, key grip, Troy. But we never did it again, and we got a lot of people in the comments section, and now the comments section's shut because it got swarmed by Asian
Nude
bots.
Latitude, yeah.
We just didn't want those people, and
Yeah.
we didn't want the channel to be that way.
Yeah.
We didn't want to attract that audience.
Uh-oh.
So it's just giving us a message that the connection's unstable. So
Have you got your phone handy? Oh, we might have to just say goodbye. It's there.
Maybe it's. Are you still getting us? We're just getting a message that YouTube's unhappy with the connection. At the moment.
Where's your phone?
I can put it on. What was it there? The video's fine. Still here for me. Okay, it's just saying the connection's
Connection is
unstable.
unstable.
So
Okay, well that's cool. That's good to know.
yeah. Whatever happened to Sailing Sarian? They weren't getting the support to make it financially viable, I think, and they had some other things they wanted to get done. So yeah. So really, thank you for everyone that's sent some money, and thank you for our patrons, because that's, like people go, what happened to SV Sarian? They couldn't afford to keep going.
Yeah.
So we can, and we have. Would you brave Cape Horn or the Suez? I've done the Cape of Good Hope, and I've done the Suez. I think piracy in the Red Sea, I don't know whether it's the same or if it's gotten worse when I was there back in 2000. It was pretty hectic then.
If you're asking about the PayPal account, it's in the description of this video. There's a link there that you can click on. There's a couple of people that were asking about PayPal. So
you've never seen take any seaweed? No, we normally harvest it off the beach, but you like putting it in kimchi and stuff like that.
Yeah, so I did grab seaweed in Tasmania, but I don't know why I didn't film it. I think I wanted to try it first to make sure it was good, and it was. And then since then, we haven't really found any bull kelp on the beach. So if we go south, I'll film getting some bull kelp and drying it and show you what I use it for. Yep. Mainly for making broths and yummy things like that. But I've also been putting it in sauerkraut just to add iodine on there, because it's supposed to help, like, there's goitogens in sauerkraut, which is like something that inhibits thyroid function, and I've had issues with my thyroid, so I got iodine helps assist with thyroid function, so it sort of balances that out. Yeah. So yeah, that's what we've been doing. And
it stops you uptaking radioactive iodine as well.
Yeah, sure. In the Monties, it's important. In the Montebellos.
Yes, people that are asking if the Sarian crew, they are okay.
Amazing,
They're just not doing their thing. They're helping themselves, and they're helping a few other people.
Yeah,
they're not doing YouTube, so
they're really happy and healthy. So it's great. It's really great.
Yeah, American Born Walk Away, welcome. You didn't miss it,
but we've probably got to sign off soon.
Yeah,
sorry.
But all of this, as usual, we'll put this live chat up. It can be rewatched again. So.
Oh, Stacey, thank you very much.
Yep. So.
Dang.
Yeah, sad story, mate. We always look forward to your comments anyway. And yeah, thanks for everyone. Like, I'm sure this Merry Christmas is going to be received well, because we get lots of blessings from all over the world from you guys. So yeah, thanks very much.
Savina, there'll be more cooking coming up. Don't worry. We've got a whole lot of content that we haven't edited yet. So we're about 3 months behind.
Yeah.
So it'll all be coming to you guys in the new year. We're just spending this time with our family and helping them out, and it's been really busy, so it's been a bit tricky to get on the computer and work. And it's going to be hot for the next few days, so we're expecting 41 at Christmas, which is really hot.
Yeah.
We haven't had that the whole year.
Yeah.
So
yeah, we did need to get on here for all of our loyal fans. To wish you Merry Christmas, and just to stay in touch. We've had a few technical issues, busting computers, internet that's patchy. We've had to sail. We've had to drop what we've been doing and do, like a quick 60-mile round sail.
And then we've had to make the most of weather systems to, you can't just miss a weather system to upload a video. You've got to go.
You got to go, don't you? So
otherwise you get trapped on the coast. So yeah, sometimes we've just missed upload times because we couldn't. Yeah, we had to just leave. So
there won't be a free range sailing book, but there'll be a free range cookbook.
Yep.
The knowledge.
The cookbook's been worked on.
Yeah.
I've already chatted with a publisher too, so it's very exciting.
Yeah.
Yeah.
When we made free range sailing the videos, we actually wanted to sort of some of the knowledge accumulated after 20 years of fishing and what we were learning together while we were sailing. We wanted to share that with people, and I think that's sort of happened. The rambling, I guess you're just going to have to get over my rambling, but we try and pass on whatever we can and help people out, and we love hearing that we have. So. 24 inches of snow.
Oh, so Claire keeps saying that we've never.
Hang on. John's made it.
Whoa.
As usual, John. Yeah, you're in our thoughts.
Yeah.
Hope things are going well for you, especially with Christmas here now. So
Claire keeps mentioning why we haven't had urchin. I think it's just wherever we see urchin, there's other fish like lobster and other fish to eat. And you haven't had a good success rate with urchin, have you?
They're patchy. They're
not always delicious. So we're like,
Yeah, I've had kinna over in New Zealand. Some of it was good, some of it was bad. Yeah, there's been so many other nice things.
Yeah.
So, free range egg sale. Maybe not for a little while.
Love the rambling.
Yeah.
Negative 22 degrees Celsius.
Oh,
That's Stuart's summer in Canada. I bet he's in like Manitoba or somewhere inland.
Yeah, somewhere. That's the thing, like these places that have like 80-degree temperature range, minus 40, plus 40.
And then 40 in summer.
Yeah, so it's the ice season or the mosquito season.
I know, crazy.
You guys are tough.
Rob's eating raw kinna. Yep, I can imagine. Oh, the kiwis are still there.
Yeah, of course Rob's eating raw kinna.
Yeah.
He probably ate the spines. Tough tummy.
Oh, there's an old blog that you're on. I think that's on the
Nomatosaurus. Yeah, they were just kicking off, and they asked me just to write them an article because they were a little bit slim on articles back then. Oh, a Panda 40. They're pretty boats. They're nice.
Yeah. Rob would eat anything with a side of sand. Trick and Murgatroyd.
Nice.
Anyway. So shall we sign off?
Yeah, okay. Yeah, we'll sign off. We don't know how many people are watching because that's the connection unstable message won't go away. But
it says it's 460.
I'm sure there's a few of you out there. So Merry Christmas.
Merry Christmas to you all.
Thanks for joining us.
Happy New Year. We'll have videos for you in the new year. Sometime in January they'll kick off again.
Yeah, and I hope you can all make at least one other person happy this Christmas and New Year's.
Yeah.
Hopefully a bunch of them.
Okay.
All right.
Bye, everybody.
Love you all.
Merry Christmas.
Yeah, they're still